Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard, and that's a 10 by 20 inch canvas. And I put a bunch of little cream pictures on my Amazon link below. Show more underneath the video. You can find the Amazon link that'll take you to my art supplies lists. I love these stainless steel ones, but there are enamel ones too. This is my OXO omelet turning spatula, and I'm going to use this to apply some paint. But I think first what I'm going to do is use my inspiration photo. Not that I'm going to get there, but I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can tip it all the way up. It's a desert theme, and it's done with peaches and rusts and coppers and blacks and some pale purple and some gray, and I just love it to pieces. So I'm going to give that a shot. Also, I found out that even though I couldn't get the Deco Art Americana black satin enamel easily without ordering it, and it is on my Amazon link, I could find the faux art, and it was on sale at Joann's yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself a few layers of what I like right into this container with the black satin enamel in between, because I like the effect that the enamels have had. I'm going to try and stick with colors that I like. They won't be exactly like the one that I have in the picture, but then they shouldn't be anyway, because that's someone else's picture. Let's do some gold. Really, it won't be anything like it at all, but it is my inspiration piece. And there's some brown. I think that's left over from Arteza. I don't usually use that. I kind of want some white in there, or some yellow, or some orange, but I think the gold is going to have to suffice, because that's pretty good. This is a Modern Masters iridescent, and I thought I cleaned that tip out. So I'm just going to squeeze harder and longer and dribble more, or I'm not. And I'm going to clean it out just because I have to. At least I didn't spill it. My kingdom for some level surfaces. It's a good thing that I can get my work surface. My tile is level. That's the only thing in my whole studio area that's level. So I'm going to use that copper and that Master's Touch. I'm not sure. It's definitely an orange color. So I've got plenty of colors there, no matter what. Oh, I didn't use the silver. Son of a gun. Okay, well, I'm going to use it now. And then I'm going to go, whoop, and squeeze a whole bunch of that right in there. Now, I have some other colors in mind for my sky, and I think I'm going to put this right out of the way for the moment. I want some color at the bottom. Let's see. I want some color at the bottom, some black. And some color above that is the purple. And this is basically just going to be a background no matter what. And then some more black and some brown up here. And then I'm just going to use my spatula as best I can to fill in. This is basically the area that we're going to slide whatever I add next from the cup to. So as a background color, we're not doing anything specifically other than covering the canvas with a wet layer of paint. And if it's the right colors and some of the same colors that we're going to be creating with... Oh, I heard that. Keep your spatulas clean. I heard it twice. Oh, come out of there. Okay, well, there's something in there and I don't like it. I'll put a little more black in here because I like these OXO spatulas because they work both directions. The blade side like so, and the other side like so. I want that thing out of there, whatever it is. I got it. It's a grain of sand. So the thing that I like best about the picture that you may or may not have seen is that it goes up in layers, back and forth toward the sky. Now a lot of that's covered, and enough of it's covered so that if I have to go back and touch up things later, I will. My sky, on the other side of this, is mostly gray at the top. I'm not going to worry about whatever is in my spatula. with the exception of the fact that I'm going to have to reproduce that color unless I put it over the top edge. So I'm going to try and spread that out, give myself a little bit more paint, knock that right over the edge, right up there at the top. I don't know how this is going to look because it's pretty dark looking right now, but I don't give up easily, and I like the drama in my picture, and it is very dramatic. It is quite dark, but I like the idea that it made the copper colors and the orange iridescent color pop. And because of that, I'm going to use a bunch of it. That's my sky color. It's a very dramatic desert picture. And I have, ooh, I can move this all out of the way. All right, I'm going to try and take half of that, move it right over. I've never tried using this color for this type of process. But since it's a dramatic sky, and I like to see what happens when I mix a couple colors that wouldn't normally be mixed, I'm going to get a result I like. I know it. Whoops, that's the wrong color. Okay, well, never mind. That was copper. That was my eyes. But that might be okay, because it'll change up the color of the sky. Give it a little more depth in some places. Just going to keep knocking that paint right off. The sky is in the very top. It's in the top 20% of this picture that I'm looking at. The only thing I want to make sure of is that I don't have any canvas showing particularly. And I don't mind if I schmutz up my black. Well, I mind if I expose all of that canvas across there. So I guess I'll just give myself a little more black again. Which looks a lot like an Anita's black metallic to me, but I don't think it is. Ah, I guess it is. Alright, so I'm going to give myself some regular black so it's a lot less sheer, and that'll probably cover better. And then we can see what the two different things look like. That's a very dramatic sky, and I like it. And I hope we have enough time to keep going, and I think we do. I'm just going to try and cover my edges by using my breath. And I don't mind if I get some strange striations in my sky, because clouds are pretty strange. Or at least I think so. So as much as I want to use the rest of this, well, I say that. I say I'm going to throw it in the bucket. Nope. I'm not going to worry about the bucket right now. I'm just going to pull that right down here and figure I'm going to do something with it later. In the meantime, I can run that right up the edge, and we're almost ready to throw that in the bucket. There was one little anomalous mark in there I didn't care for, but good to blow on the paint while it's wet. Just to create our cloudy sky. I'm really tempted to do that. Not only that, I'm being called to play. I'm going to grab a Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula and see if these colors blend together, and I think they will. I hope so. We'll find out shortly. I think the yellow-orange is in danger of turning green a little bit with the black, because black is never made of just black. Black has a red or a blue base. It has some kind of base color. But I have seen green skies, so I'm not going to worry about it. And I don't have a lot of time left, but I'm going to take what I've got, and I'm going to try and bring my picture back up. Yep. Just to remind myself what I've got. So what I want is to give myself something that I can tip down from the top. And probably over, so maybe a little catcher sheet right there. Not so sure how that silver worked. I definitely can move that out of the way. Use a skewer. Let's have a bigger skewer. Now a skewer is different. What is that thing? A skewer is different than a spatula because it mostly just leads the paint for me without creating a large uncontrolled area. Now I like that. I'm just going to cover as much as I can with the paint I've got, and I'm going to let that go up again into the sky because I'm creating a mountain or mountains and some other shapes, and I can do whatever I want with those shapes. By blowing into them with a straw. I'm just going to continue on, and if I think that it's possible that I can firm up my paint by going ahead and using the torch, I may do that. In the meantime, I'm just going to try and capture the feeling of the picture that you can't see and create those layers that I like so much. And hope it works out. So far so good. Alright, I've got a big black dune on that side. So I'm going to go ahead, grab my straw, and let that dark color sort of invade that space. That's pretty cool so far. I need a lighter color on this side. So I'm going to give myself some gold. I'm going to have to do another one of these, obviously. Put my little card down again. Let all that run down. Rock my little edge catcher. This is a little complicated, I guess. I'm not worried because I've done enough of them so that I think that it'll work out. I can see this is moving over here, and I know that I can definitely just stick my skewer right in there anywhere I want, and que sera sera, my funky, cool, uneven mountain. Where did that come from? Okay. I want it gone. I think it's time for a clean skewer and an emergency sky alteration. There, I'm not too bad about that. That's pretty cool. I'm all good. So far, so good. I'm liking the layers. They're working better than I imagined they were going to. I've got paint on my edges that I can bring down with my finger. Let's check this other side. Yep, we're pretty well all covered up there. The sky colors. That's pretty nice. I have one more black area down here and then the black on the bottom, and I'm going to just I'm going to see what I'll see. Since I have plenty of paint, I want that card to be as close to covering most of what I've got to use as possible. I'm going to bring that paint back down to where it was so I can flow it differently, and I can always add more paint in there, and I can always use my skewer to spread it. I've got a friend flying around. And I'm still staying, whoops, that was interesting. I'm still staying ahead of this. I can use the paint that I've got right on my little tiny edge catcher. I'm thinking I'm going to get some interesting cells that I can see from that black satin enamel by Folk Art. I found out that the white gloss enamel works almost as well as the others. I really want to tip that some more. What do I want to do? I want to utilize the fact that I've got paint on my skewer that won't hurt anything. I think I need one more layer. I got 2 minutes to tell you guys, please shop my Amazon link at no added cost to you. It helps me out. And give me a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. And I should probably show you guys this, but I'm going to try and catch that paint before it all falls over. And hope that my patterns stay kind of interesting. I can still blow into this. I'm going to have to get the paint off me, I can tell you now. I should probably torch before you guys are gone, huh? Torch to release the bubbles caught in the paint from having mixed the paint with pouring mediums and shaken my bottles up. All of my paint recipes so far, until I do the blooming technique, which will be soon hopefully, have GAC 800 by Golden in them to keep the paint from cracking when it's heavy, and I want to leave a heavy layer of it to dry. I'm pretty happy with most of that, but I definitely need something else. And I want to throw something right through the center of that and stir it up a little bit so I get something somewhat different. And then I'm just going to have to play with it and see what comes with me shuffling it with a bamboo skewer. And it's a good thing I use GAC 800 because I can see that I actually like some of the new patterns that I've got here. And I can tip them. I just want to show you guys. The purple and the copper are gorgeous together. I got 1 minute left to tell you whatever else I'm going to tell you. I got Facebook groups, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery, Appreciation Group for Students, and I've got Facebook groups, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery, Fans and Collectors for Fans and Collectors, and I kind of like all of that. Whoops, that was way, way more. I forgot how big that tip was, but that's okay because I wanted a dark area right there. Good thing too, huh? I can see I have something in there. So this will look kind of sort of like you see it now, but not exactly when you see it again. And this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery, telling you if you want to keep me on YouTube, watch the videos longer because it's the only thing the algorithm responds to, is knowing that people want to watch my videos for longer. So let them run, honeys. I love you guys. There's almost 85,000 of you, but there has been for a couple of months. And take care. Happy New Year, all that. This is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard saying, I ran out of time, but I still love you. Bye for now. Priscilla out.